Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday, September 27th, about 8:15 Central Time, my time. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet and you're watching this video, please do subscribe. Every subscriber counts. My first and major goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. Therefore, I can start doing live shows, collaboration shows like Law Nation and whatnot. Other fun stuff. The bigger the show gets, the better it'll get. I guarantee you that you will be entertained. It's free. Just press that red subscribe button and please press the like button. I cut a video last night right after the game. Just my knee-jerk reaction of the win. I was proud of it. Proud of the way that we pulled it out. And just want to go over some general NFL things and touch on the game last night. Last night, Tony Pollard, he had 13 carries, a $105. Zeke had 15 carries, 73 yards and a touchdown, about 5 yards per carry. Pollard had about 8 yards a carry. Zeke still got it. Zeke is the thumper, and Pollard is a speedster. CeeDee Lamb made up for that drop. That drop really pissed me off in the first half, especially when he's smiling about it, because I know Dez Bryant and Michael Irvin would never smiled about a big drop like that. They wouldn't have been smiling saying, yeah, pointing at themselves, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, it was you. We know that. It was on national television. But he made up with it, especially on that last touchdown drive where he had 3 major catches on 4th and 4. He ran to the sticks, caught the ball, even though he took a big shot, held on to it. After that, caught a nice sideline pass, ran over a defender, got to the 1. And after that, catches that one-handed touchdown grab. Made up for that drop on that last touchdown drive. He had 8 catches, 87 yards. In a tub, Noah Brown, 5 catches, 54 yards. Still coming along. And the third leading receiver, Peyton Hendershot, the UDFA rookie out of the Hoosiers, whatever state the Hoosiers are from. Small town from there. 3 catches, 43 yards. And after he catches the ball, he's got that yak like he had in preseason. He had 2 pre-snap penalties first half, but he shook off the jitters and got it done. Our defense leads in sacks with 13. Tank Lawrence just made Evan Neal his baby last night, getting 3 sacks on him, which is beautiful with our defensive front because they're going to put their best on Micah and their second best on Tank. And he can still rush the passer with the best of them, don't get him wrong. He's just a really good run-stopping defensive end. And us going into the Giants without without Dak, without our starting quarterback, without our number 2 receiver and Michael Gallup, without our starting tight end Dalton Schultz, without Ty Smith, who went down before the season started, without our star safety Jaron Curse, and without Connor McGovern, we were starting Farniak again at left guard. As hamstrung as we were, we still go into the 2-0 Giants den and beat them. And we left 24 points on the board. Could have scored 40 if we would have executed. Clean those things up, and we got something. We come out 23-16. I wanted a 3-score win. We could have got that if players catch certain balls and other players catch up to certain balls. And Diggs don't drop that. Does that pick six? Does it go through his hands? Can't believe Diggs did not take that to the house. He jumped that route so perfect, and the ball just right through his hands. But it was a good win on the road against a divisional opponent. Gallup will be back next week against Washington. I'm assuming that Peters was on the pitch count on last night, so therefore I believe he'll be our starting left guard from here on forward. He's got experience at left guard, and he's 6'4", 330. He's certainly got the size for it. and he's 40, so he ain't got them quick feet like he used to. So maybe it's better Tyler just stay where he's at left tackle and Peters at left guard. Right there, you got about 700 pounds of man right there. That's a good side to run up. And the right side ain't no shabby either because you got Hall of Famers Zach Martin and Terrence Steele, who right now is a better run blocker than pass blocker. So we've got 3 young linemen on the rebuild so far with Terrence Steele, Tyler Smith, and Tyler Biadash, who is playing better in his 3rd year than his first 2 years combined. He's doing pretty good. Cooper Rush had a clean pocket last night. I think he only got hit twice. Power rankings come out today. They got Philadelphia ranked number 1. Eagles ranked number 1 in the power rankings. They got Miami ranked number 3, behind Buffalo, who they just beat. Miami beats the number 7 ranked Ravens and the number 2 ranked Bills. Their victories are more impressive because they beat good opponents. Eagles haven't beaten anybody, and they're number 1. In 2019, we started 3-0, beating up on bad teams, looking like, the second coming. And everybody was like, pump the brakes. Y'all ain't played nobody yet. And they were right. Neither has the Eagles. Now, the Eagles' next 3 games, they're going to be at home against a resurgent Jacksonville team this Sunday, who pitched a shutout against San Diego, against L.A., the Chargers. Justin Herbert and company routed them. And then they got Arizona after that, and then they got the boys coming into town. And we're going to have everybody back but Dak. Maybe Dak will be back for that game. But everybody besides number 4 will be back for that game. So their next 3 games are not no cupcake schedule. And Miami's proven they can beat good teams by beating the Ravens and Buffalo, who was the best team in the NFL, in everybody's eyes. So why they got Philly ranked number 1, I don't know. Miami deserves that number 1 spot easily. And Philly, because the rankings aren't just about your record. Because, they got us ranked at 13, right? And they got 1 and 2 Tennessee ranked at 12, 1 and 2 San Fran ranked at 11, and 1 and 2 Cincy ranked at 10. We should be at 10, and Cincinnati should be at 13. Especially us winning 2 games with all the injuries that we have. That is so much more impressive than Cincinnati finally getting a win fully healthy against the Jets. It doesn't make any sense. So, let the power rankings say what they want to say. I don't give a damn. Michael Gallup will be back against Washington. Probably not on a big pinch count like it would have been on Monday night. Cooper Rush will put up 30-plus offensive points against Washington. And I think we might pitch our first shutout. And I can't remember last time we shut a team out. We've held teams to 3 points plenty of times, but a shutout, I think we could do against Carson Wentz and company. The Eagles got to him 9 times. How many times do you think we're going to get to him? Carson Wentz is in for a long, long Sunday at noon, Central Time, my time. We're going to be favorites of that game, and then we're going to be underdogs going into L.A. and then going into Philadelphia. Question I have, Cowboy Nation. If Cooper Rush blows out Washington, say he blows them out, kind of like Prescott did in the last Washington game last season, 56-14, some crazy blowout like that. And the following week, he goes to L.A. and plays very good and drops the Rams. And we're 4-1 going into Philadelphia. And Dak says he's ready. Do y'all want Rush to stay in and let Dak take his thumb into the bye week? I don't know, man, because Cooper Rush is looking pretty good. I know against Cincinnati he had a couple of questionable balls that could have been picked, but they weren't. And whenever he steps back and throws the ball 20-plus yards like I said before, I don't get nervous like I do whenever Dak does. When I see Dak plant that leg and he's going to chunk it, I'm afraid that he's just throwing it into bad coverage. When I see Rush plant that leg and chunk it, I got faith that Rush has somebody open or that he knows that he can make the throw that he's about to make. And it seems to be the case so far. So if Cooper Rush keeps this up but continues to get better, especially with Gallup as another horse in the stable to play with CeeDee Lamb and Noah Brown, and the run game being effective, could this be another Prescott-Romo situation? I don't know. I mean, Kurt Warner took over for Trent Green at a late age. You know, Cooper Rush is 28. Kurt Warner had a 10, 11-year career, retired late 30s. I'm not sure exactly how old he was his rookie season. Probably he wouldn't know younger than 26. I know that. Cooper Rush 28, and he was looking like the Red Rifle times 2. Better than Andy Dalton ever looked. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but you know what I mean. I mean, he's just impressive as hell right now. And I trust him more than I do with Dak, because in this game, in the third quarter, whenever Saquon scored that touchdown, and they went up 13-6, and all we had was 6 points on the board. In a Dak Prescott game, usually we lose that game, because if all we've got is 6 points through the game, and there's 5 minutes left in the third quarter, and all we got is 6 points, and the other team goes up by 7, usually we don't score more than maybe 3 more points that game. You know, in a game that Dak is not putting points on the board, and it's late in the third quarter, and we're only at 6, we maybe end up with 9. But Cooper Rush, after that Saquon touchdown, engineered 3 straight scoring drives, all on his arm. The third one was a short field with a great return by Turpin. And if we would have just ran the ball on 3rd and 1 instead of getting cute and going on play action, we would have ran the ball, kept running it, and ran into the end zone for a touchdown. And it would have been 27-16 opposed to 23-16. But that's apples and oranges. I don't know. We'll just take it one game at a time and see how it goes. All I know is that let them crown Philly, just like they did in the offseason, before we played any games. Let them crown Philly now, after they've beaten nobody. Our 2 wins are more impressive than their 3 wins, I think. Especially as hamstrung as we are right now. Wait till Philadelphia gets a couple injuries and faces some adversity. See how they handle that, and see how they handle these next 3 games on their schedule with their ex-coach coming into town, Doug Peterson. That man can coach a team. He's making Jacksonville look pretty damn good right now. And that game I circled on the schedule was an easy W. Don't look like an easy W no more. Trevor Lawrence starting to come into his own. But it's only 3 weeks. I believe I believe that we're going to beat Washington convincingly after the first quarter of the season, be 3-1, which we thought we'd be anyway. After week 1, everybody said the season was over before it started, put the fork in us. And after that week 1 game, I said, if this team can rally around Cooper Rush and this defense can play at their capabilities and the special teams be special, like a block field goal and big punt returns, stuff like that, this team could carry on and be all right with Prescott not at the helm. That's exactly what's happening. And I think CD is maturing into a number 1. I don't think he's quite a number 1 yet. He's a really good number 2. But maybe by season's end or maybe by mid-season, he might be a true number 1. But he's got maturity issues. I think he's still trying to get over. Like, laughing about dropping a walk-in touchdown pass to go up by 10. That's no laughing matter. You don't run back to the huddle smiling, pointing at yourself. Des Bryant would have been upset about that Terrell Owens would have been upset. Michael Irvin, Drew Pearson, all the 88s and the 181 that we had would not have been smiling about that. Easy drop, walk in. If he catches that pass and has the rest of the game like he has a monster game. He has like a 9-catch, 150-yard, 2-touchdown type game. A wide receiver 1 type game. You know what I mean? That's the difference between a 1 and a 2. A 1 makes that catch every time. And that catch is the difference in bumping your stats up to making you look like a number 1. Instead of 8 for 87 and 1 touchdown, you're 9 for $150 and 2 touchdowns. That's the difference right there. But with Gallup being back in the saddle, that'll open things up for 88 even more. And Rush too. And Jason Peters should be starting the left guard now. I do not want to see 68 starting the left guard next week. That will be stupid if he does. Peters has got plenty of experience. They had him on a pitch count on his first game. And now keep him at left guard. And our front 5 will be great. And Ty Smith comes back in December. He could be your swing tackle. What better swing tackle can you have than that? We've got a Super Bowl caliber defense. I'm going to stand by that. And I think a lot of people would agree. Tom Brady, 19 points. Joe Burrow, 17. And the Giants, 16. And we're leading the league in sacks. Now, there's many takeaways, but we're 4th against the pass. We're 23rd against the run. A lot of that has to do with Joe Burrow and Danny Dimes getting yards with their legs. Danny Dimes had more rushing yards than Saquon did last night. But we're only going to get better and healthier. The Eagles can only get unhealthier and slide. We're going to get better and healthier week by week. So this season has some good implications to it. And that Eagles ain't going to hang on to that number 1 ranking too long. I think the Patriots had the number 1 ranking last year for a week or two. And that was short-lived real quick. But we're coming, Philly. Watch out, baby. Week 6, we're going to be on your heels. And if we have 2 losses coming into that game, you're going to have 1. I guarantee you that. And that game's going to be for first place in the division. And y'all be going to y'all's bye week after that. And we'll have Chicago and Detroit and then go into our bye week. So, season's far from over. It's going to be a 2-team race in this division. Cowboys and Philly. Giants are fool's gold. That 2-0 is fool's gold. Told everybody that. Washington is what they are. So it's going to be a 2-team race. And if we can play like we can play, we can pull away in the second half of this season. Because their first half is cupcake. Our first half is not. Our first 5 games, 3 of them are 3 teams in the last 2 Super Bowls. 3 out of the 4 teams in the last 3. In the first 5 games, we played 3 teams that were in the last 2 Super Bowls. Tampa, Cincy, and LA. Our first half of the schedule is tough. Eagles' first half is cake. Eagles' second half is a lot tougher. Our second half is a cakewalk. So Philly better stack them wins while they can. And Jacksonville, like I said, don't look like no cakewalk now. Arizona won't be, and we sure as damn won't be either. So here we go, baby. Let's go get it, TC Nation. Let's go route these Redskins. I ain't calling them damn Commanders. They're the Redskins. Let's go route these Redskins next Sunday and then get ready for LA and get ready to upset the world. Pull the shocking upset of the world. Beating both the Super Bowl teams last year, Cincinnati and LA, baby. Come on, let's do it because I know we can do it. The Rams are looking very, very shaky right now. They're not dominating anybody, that's for sure. They're barely getting by games. So, let's see. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for what I'm seeing. And I predicted before the season that we'd have maybe 4 guys tops have 10 or more sacks. And right now, Parsons, Dorrance Armstrong, and Tank Lawrence are on pace to get over 10. Now, if Sam Williams or Dante Fowler start piling up some, we might get that fourth. But I think we'll get at least 3 guys with 10+ sacks. I don't know if that's ever been done. I know Mike is going to get over 10. Dorrance Armstrong is going to get over 10. He would have had 2 last night, but 1 got negated by a penalty. So Dorrance has 3, Tank has 3, Micah has 4 through 3 games in the season. So we're going to have 3 guys with over 10 sacks this season. I don't know if that's ever been done before. Like I said, I got to check that out. But that's how good our defense is going to be. And our secondary is just going to get better, especially once we get Curse back. And we need to get Kelvin Joseph off the field. Kelvin Joseph cannot play cornerback. And I mean, if you're going to put him out there, put out Deron Bland. Because I believe at this right now, he can play better than Joseph. Deron Bland looked very, very, very good. But that's all I wanted to touch on. You know, last night's game, how impressive it really was, and what we have ahead of us is very exciting. This season's more exciting than last season just because of what we have in front of us and, the situation. And I think this team is better than last year's team. I said that all off season. There was a lot of addition by subtraction. Lyle Collins, one of them. Randy Gregory, one of them. So, all right, guys, that's it for this episode. I'll cut one later this week. Break down the game against the Redskins, and we'll go from there, guys. Please subscribe, like, and share. And please, guys, subscribe. Press that button. It's free. It ain't going to kill you. And keep God first and foremost. Everything comes second after that. And y'all be good and safe out there. I'll catch you on the flip side. Charles and Charge is out.